Alright guys, welcome back. It's been a few weeks. We're going to get back into this MS360 build. The Stihl cylinder kit came. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and see what that looks like. Time it, port it, do a muffler mod on it, and see how it runs. Let's see what this kit looks like. Clip, wrist pin. The only thing I don't like about how Stihl does this is right there's your piston sticking out. The ring's already on it. They do put a zip tie right here so it can't be forced down in there and maybe damage your rings or something, but I'd prefer if they just honestly do it like other manufacturers do and drop the piston down in there with a piece of foam like Meteor does, and you put the rings on yourself. I don't know, that kind of scares me. There's our piston. We'll look inside. Castings are a little rough. We'll clean that up. Look inside your exhaust port. I noticed there's not really much of a chamfer on these port edges. A little bit more on the exhaust, but we'll fix all that. Alright, I'd tear it down a little farther, get our carb off and our intake boot. Always inspect your intake boots really good. You don't want any air leaks. So we'll go ahead and get this cylinder put on here and our degree wheel set up and time it and check squish. Alright, I'll be back when I get the degree wheel on. One more thing, I was going to take the clutch drum and everything off. Look at that, and so we can put our degree wheel on. And look at that rim sprocket. Man, this guy, remember this is the one that was locked up. I didn't build this. You must want your chain to get all burred up and ruin your bar chain. Whatever else. Alright, be back. Alright, we're back. We got the degree wheel on it. Gonna go ahead and zero the degree wheel out and time it. And the way I do it, I find bottom dead center first. Just put something in your spark plug hole. Bring your piston up. Push it the whole way down till it falls on bottom dead center. And we're at 164. So we'll loosen this nut off, spin it over to around 180, do it again. Now we'll put a piston stop in here and just hold it there, and then spin your flywheel with your other hand. We'll zero it out. And make sure you hold your piston, keep it in the same spot, like don't move it when you rotate it counterclockwise and clockwise. They make screw-in piston stops, but I just use this. It's always worked fine for me. So we're at 54 that way. And 60 that way. So we'll back it off a little bit. Now we're at 54 that way. 58.5 that way. Now we're at 56. 57.5. This could take a little while. $56, 57, 56, 55.5, 55.5. Go ahead and double check our bottom dead center. And bring it up top dead center. And now we're zeroed. So now we'll go ahead and see when our intake opens. And I do it off bottom dead center. So we'll put our degree wheel on 180, be bottom dead center. Get our light rotated counterclock or clockwise. Sorry. We have 78. Then I like to go ahead, next step I do is find my case compression, which that's when your piston's traveling down to bottom dead center. When your intake closes, so that'd be 78 degrees, we'll go with that. So when your transfers just begin to open, you minus that from your 78, subtract it, and that's your case compression. And you can usually see your transfers on these saws here through your exhaust port. So we were at 78, and we'll keep rotating it. Rotate it counterclockwise for this. And we have 125. So you do 125 minus 78 equals, so we have 47 degrees of case compression. Now we'll see when our exhaust opens. When I come off top dead center for the exhaust. So top dead center, hold your light spark plug hole. and our exhaust opens at 104. So our blowdown would be, our transfer is opened at 125, so we subtract that from our exhaust. And we have 21 degrees of blowdown. It's not bad. The exhaust and intakes, where I would leave it for a work saw. I will raise the upper transfers a little bit, but like I said, there's no machine work needed. That's why I like the OEM parts. I mean, the exhaust is already in a pretty good spot. The intake's at a pretty good spot. This is without a base gasket, and our squish is 19 thousandths. That's perfectly fine. I mean, if this was a GTG, you know, get together saw or whatever, yeah, I might do a base and band cut, but this saw is going to run really good. You guys will see it on video. So anyway, next step, we'll lay out the cylinder where I'm going to work on the upper transfers, and I'll show you how I do that. Oh, sorry about bumping the camera there. The ring's in there, then you just go and scribe your line on top of that. I won't have to do this again, so I make sure it's in there how I can see it. Go ahead and pull your ring out. And my marks, you can kind of see there. There you go. See that line. And I'm not going to widen the exhaust or widen the intake or hog out the uppers. I'll just smooth everything out. I've done that in these saws. I've done it both ways. Sometimes less is more. I've done all that, and you know, in the cut, same chain, same piece of wood, it's not as fast. Me, I believe the intake, if it's wider, I mean, obviously that gives you more area, and in certain builds, you know, if you're trying to get every last little bit out of it, yeah, but this saw, it's going to be a work saw. The guy wants it to be reliable. It doesn't need to be a complete screamer through the wood, just 20-30% more, and that's what I'm building. So we have those laid out. I will be back when we're grinding on it. Alright guys, we're back. I'm gonna go ahead and rough in everything. I'm going to switch to my left-hand burr and we'll be back. See if I can get in here. Here we have them roughed in. I ain't gonna bore you guys to death. You've seen it before on the other videos out there. I'll bring you back in the final product. And here we are. Let's see if it'll camera will pick that up. I didn't raise the exhaust any. I just put a better chamfer than what came factory. There's our exhaust. Alright, it's all done. Polished up a little bit. I do go in there and polish all my chamfers. I believe firmly in that, because he just ensures longevity that these are chrome plated. It's not going to flake off or anything on you in the long term. Yeah, and I want to say everybody get a lot of, well, ported saws don't last as long, they're not as reliable, blah blah blah. But yeah, that comes from crappy port work. That's exactly why I chamfer all my ports if I touch them, or if I see one that's not to my liking from the factory, I make it to my liking, and then I polish those chamfers. And the saws run a long time, never have any issues out of them, and works all build. They run cooler. So yeah, that's all a big hoax. But anyway, the next video, this one's getting a little long. We will reassemble this thing, do some heat cycles, and then put it in some wood. Should be a really good runner. You guys will see it. That machine work, yeah, for a get-together saw or an Echo or something that has an extremely large squish band, yes. Over and out, guys. Thanks for watching.